Next, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite the Managing Director of Next Gen Data Center and Cloud Services. Please welcome with a huge round of applause, Mr. A.S. Rajgopal.
Morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'm amazed at the amount of complexity you all want to go through to get that 20-30% extra out of the IT investments that you've made. I'm actually referring to the virtualization effort that all you are doing. But what I'm here to talk to you about is much more physical in nature, not virtual. I thought at the physical layer there's still a lot that we can do. So I thought we'll leave certain amount of information with you that we found when we worked with few of our customers. And that should help you to actually see that there is more value at the very foundation layer, which is the physical layer. So that's more or less what we're going to talk about data center transformation. Since there is very little representation from US government here, I thought I'll start by taking a dig at them. Already the distinguished professor said that they consume 40% of the energy of the world. I think we need to do a little bit from our side as well. In the past decade, US government actually put up 3 times more data centers than what they had about 10 years back. What's more interesting is that in these data centers, there are resources like server, storage, networks, which are actually running at very low utilization levels. What happens is that typically every time you have a project, I mean, you kind of put a budget around it, you want your own set of hardware, your applications, and all the other paraphernalia that goes with it, and then you start accumulating all that. So it's nothing wrong. I mean, I think that's how the world works. But what it has resulted in is that we actually ended up with a resource which is utilized only by about 7% in the US. I think what instead of trying to work on, all of us trying to work on some aspects like this, we should try and look at working on this 93% of resources which are unutilized. I'll make some more points around this. I mean, I think I've done about 88 quarters of sales. So every quarter, I mean, we are expected to do that 20 or 25% more. So the business is actually is working on an annual operating plan, and we kind of tweak it on a quarterly basis. We go through weekly reviews, and a whole lot of things happen. We replace people, we change positioning, a whole lot of things happen around the business. But what happens when I see that when we work with our customers is that the IT projects actually take about a month to scope at best. I mean, and sometimes it takes a lot more. It takes about 3 months of evaluation. It takes far more time to actually implement that, maybe 6 months plus. A lot of times it is about 9 months or more. And you actually plan about recovering the cost between 3 to 5 years. Now, when you have these two paradigms, I mean, one, a business which is running expecting about 10 to 20% growth every quarter, on the other side, IT is pressured by a process which you cannot avoid, because you have to go through this process to actually ensure that you have a system that can actually stand the demands of the business. So if you want to do that, you are actually ending up going through a process that ends up almost a year. To counter this, most of us have been actually trying to do a little bit of buffering in every stage that we do. So we actually keep accumulating hardware, accumulating licenses, resources like finances, people, all that we've been putting it into on our side, so that we are able to cater to this surges in demand that comes back to us. Over the time, this has resulted in a situation where we've kind of ended up creating a big IT sprawl. There are resources in each of our data centers which are actually not being utilized to its fullest level. So what we do at NextGen is that we are actually looking at these aspects and then try and see if we can deliver value to our customers in these areas. Let me give you an example about what we did for a customer in Mumbai. The customer started looking at building a data center. I mean, he's typically looking at building a data center for, let's say, 5 years or 7 years. I mean, that's what most of you look at doing it. When you look at such kind of a scenario, you are actually building certain amount of sprawl at the physical layer, I mean, at non-IT assets itself. I mean, let's come to IT assets later. So what you end up doing is that you over-provision the UPS, you over-provision the cooling, you over-provision the fire systems, you over-provision access control, everything is over-provisioned. When you do that over-provisioning, you actually end up consuming power inefficiently for all these aspects. So we kind of gave an impact to the customer that, look, you are looking at about, I think, 364 kilowatts of IT load, but you want to build for 500 kilowatts of IT load. But when you build like that, you're building certain inefficiencies which you will end up as a big cost on your power. So we kind of computed his power to about 48 crores. You see the negligence of the capex that goes into a data center versus the power that you would consume. This example might look very dramatic, but there are areas in our business districts like Mumbai, the ITPL in Bangalore and all, where you pay a very high unit cost for power. So you end up for a power cost which is 90% of your operational expense. I'm assuming that the people and other aspects are actually out of this because we don't want you to cut down on your people resources. So the example that we gave to them is, if you don't work on a 5-year span and you actually look at your current IT and then provision a data center around that, you actually end up spending about 31 crores over the next 5 years. So the distinct is that you're saving close to about 20 crores by actually looking at what you have today versus what you expected to do over 5 years. Why this is relevant is that about 5 years back when we started selling, I've been selling for about 22 years, we've been telling you that, look, you need more power, will be, you'll need double the power in 5 years, and hence you need to provision and whole lot of things that all the vendors have actually told you. But what has happened is that along with the way it was projected, there is also another paradigm that happened in the IT server space, that the server started consuming less power. Very rarely you will find data centers in the last 5 years have actually doubled their power need. They actually end up using almost the same power, if not more. So, but there are other questions that come up in your mind, but still, I want you to look at it in this perspective. While this might look very dramatic, but the perspective is that if you plan for today, there is a lot of cost saving that you can do. What you can actually do is that you can build 5 data centers instead of 1. It is as dramatic as that. And this is a number that we've worked with a customer and we've done that. So what this customer has done is, instead of asking for a 500 kilowatt data center, he's now stepped back and asked us to build a 364 kilowatt data center. And in that process, he would actually end up maybe deploying little bit more number of data centers, because there could be some other unforeseen stuff that would come. But the payoff for the data center, guess what, is almost within a year. So if you see, if you've gone ahead and built a very large data center thinking that next 5 years you'll utilize and you will ramp up over next 3 years to that level, you end up spending as much money that would make a capex realization from a 3 to 5 year span. If you take a look at it from what you have today, the capex realization will be between 1 to 2 years. The other thing that I wanted to put across to you is that This image, I used to use it when I was selling Dell servers. I used to run Dell's enterprise business, so we were running servers and storage. So this was my favorite picture because it was unbelievable set of hardware in 4 racks. So that was my favorite picture that I used to use in all my presentations. But way back in 1998, when I was using it for a presentation, we were looking at 13 kilowatts per rack as the density. And they are so nicely packed. Of course, you don't see many network elements in that, but that's how it was. But look what we've ended up created. I mean, I have visited about 60 data centers worldwide and many more in this country. What I see is very similar to the picture that you see on your left hand side. So we've ended up creating data centers while in 1998 we thought that we would need racks which would require about 13 kilowatts of power. Now, even today, I mean, the RFPs that I see, I mean, are at the best 6 kilowatts. And what we end up doing is a whole lot of wastage of space. Places like Mumbai, I'm sure, I mean, place costs more than $200 a square foot a month. So data centers are wasting power, they're wasting space. You also look at it like this, I mean, does it really fit into the picture? Today, if you take the most common 2U server that you can buy from an HP or an IBM or anybody else, typically it comes with a 750 watt SMPS. If you put 15 of them in a rack, you anyway need about 11 kilowatts. So why are we building data centers which are half the size? I mean, they just can't handle that. I mean, this is another analogy. We are working with a customer in Bangalore. Unfortunately, I can't tell because it's a pretty embarrassing thing to do. They are running on a UPS which is 30 kilowatts, and it is roughly about 10 years old. I'm sure these elements are there in your own company. So what happens with in this case is that this 30 kilowatts of UPS is actually blowing up about 24,000 rupees of yours per kilowatt every year. So if you actually look at your own assets, there is so much more you can do. You can save 50% of your power cost. In fact, this customer whom we were working with is actually, while he is using a 10-year-old UPS, he is paying a cost of 1 UPS every year, and he will continue to pay till he will replace it. It's a critical aspect that I want you to look at. The second thing that happens is in a data center typical deployment is that you actually look at constant, you look at your heat at its peak. I mean, your servers will not work for more than an hour in a day at their peak consumption, and that's when they need the peak cooling. You actually end up using very little of the cooling and the UPS provisioning that you do. So what you have to do is you have to choose systems which are capable of delivering you variable performance during the day. See, on cooling side, I mean, if you see, the ambient weather plays a huge impact on the efficiency of the cooling system. In Delhi, the temperature varies by about 50 degrees in a day. In places like Bangalore, it varies to about 30 degrees. So what you have to see is that, one, my IT servers don't function. They are not like, electric bulb. You switch it on, they consume the same amount of power throughout the time they are on. They actually go up and down. And these are actually getting better today because the idle power consumption is now come down to about 20% of the power, total power that a server consumes. So you consider variable power loads and choose equipment which can handle variable power loads and then still give you efficiency. This can dramatically change the way power can be saved. So when we actually told this customer that you actually go do a data center for today, we are also asking him to do these things so that he would start enjoying more cost savings. For us at NextGen, cloud is not virtual. I mean, what we think is that the only reason why you want to do cloud is that you want to get that 20-30% more out of your existing investment. We do not look at cloud as though that, we have to sell you one more box and then start doing something with it so that you start earning something and then finally, pay out the cost over the next 3 to 5 years. What we are working on is that what we can deliver today. So everything that we are trying to work is what we can work on today. These are a few things that we are talking to our customers about. One, if your server utilization is about 70% in the average utilization, why do you need to virtualize it? It's anyway delivering the peak performance. You put whatever layer on it, you can't get more out of it. What is the economic value of virtualization? I come and tell you that, okay, you put my software, you can virtualize, you can run for 10 virtual servers in that server, but do you really see an economic value of finally going through the cost of actually getting all the licenses, putting the right people to manage it and all that, and you actually get the economic benefit out of it? Are you getting the 20-30% that you are looking out of your existing hardware by actually going through all this pain? Yes, you have to do, but there is a lot around peer pressure and vendor pressure to do virtualization than more to do objectively in terms of what we need to achieve for the organization. There is another aspect to it. There are a lot of equipment in your data center which are not really worth virtualization. They may be consuming so much power and delivering so much little of compute resources that you actually don't, it's not worth having them anymore in your data center. They actually are far more expensive than the replacement that you do. This is like the UPS case. So there are servers and sometimes desktops in these data centers which are actually blowing away a lot of your money and you're not realizing it. Another thing that we are grappling about is that as a vendor of a public cloud, the only way I make money is by over provisioning. That is, I put two customers on one CPU, or we create virtual CPU, virtual CPU, virtual CPU, and then we make money out of it, in the hope that both of you don't use it at the same time. How can I determine that? So there is very little way that you can actually guarantee performance as a service provider and still make money. We are still grappling with that. We don't have a solution, but what we want to do today is that we want to talk to our customers about hosted private clouds rather than a public cloud, because we don't have an answer to how to ensure performance on a public cloud. So this is the paradigm that we are talking about. The most important thing that I want you to take back is that you are aligned to the business. I mean, you want to overcome this IT sprawl. You don't want to blow more money. You want to ensure that there is speed of business results. And that happens when you start ensuring that you're looking at things which actually can deliver something that's tangible today, not tomorrow. And that's what we're working on. So what we do as a company is that we have 3 lines of business. One, we're building a very large data center in Bangalore where you can host your servers and storage. Second, we also deliver a productized version of our data center in your offices. This is a very quick to deploy solution. And third, we are working on enterprise class cloud so that we are actually able to guarantee certain level of performance in terms of availability and the compute power it delivers. So in short, when you look at our solutions, we've actually productized data center. We don't go and build data centers. We want to deliver a data center. In our own office, we've built 500 kilowatt data center in 2 weeks flat. Provided, of course, all the civil work is done. So you have a room, I can put a data center in 2 weeks. So depending on all the delivery, so we are talking about a paradigm shift where you are looking at delivering a data center in a matter of weeks rather than a matter of months. Second thing what we are doing is that these are fully compliant to all the tier 3 and the availability norms that you expect out of a typical critical facility deployment. What we also do is that we ensure that we deliver you value by actually ensuring that they work at the highest level of PUE. The rack that we put here in our stall is actually functioning. It's an overnight deployment. It's functioning at a PUE of 1.42. None of your data centers can actually achieve that in such a short period of time. So there's a lot of effort that went into designing these things. We complement this whole deployment with a very intelligent DCIM software from Greenfield Software. We partnered with them. What we are able to do is that we can tell you which resources are consuming how much power, including your virtual server. And we can tell you whether it's worth having that resource or not in the long run. We can identify and tell you which servers you should keep, which servers you can sack, apart from all the normal things that you would expect out of a DCIM. And that's what we want to do. The other thing that we can do is that we can give you your carbon footprint. So it's not just that, power saving is not just about saving money. It's also about, it's a social responsibility. We are short of about 12% of power during its peak time. So if we can save some money, I think we're going to help the country. So this is a picture of our data center which is coming up. This is built, it's a purpose-built facility. What we're doing is that we took a rack and we're building a data center around it. Normally how we've built data centers for the last 20 years is that we built a building and then we try to put racks inside. There's a whole lot of difference when you start looking from inside out rather than outside in. The second thing that we're doing is that we're building high density. So we want to deliver about 15 kilowatts of power per rack so that you can put all the new hardware that you can buy. So you're not limited by the rack to actually put the best hardware that you can buy. You can put maybe 3 or 4 blades in one rack. In short, what I'm trying to convey to you is that I think it's time that you actually shift IT operations away from that and then entrust this to a service provider. I'm sure that's what you all want to do, but the amount of stuff that you need to do to enable business is more in the application space. It is not in the physical space. But there is a lot that physical space is actually consuming that you can optimize and then save your cost, which you should not ignore. So what we can do as NextGen is that we can provide you a data center in your premises. We can replicate it back into a large data center which we are building in Bangalore, tomorrow in Mumbai and other places. We also can provide you a platform on which you can just focus on your applications rather than focus on the infrastructure and day-to-day operations. That's what we are trying to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rajgopal. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite Mr. Hoshi Ghaswala, the Chief Executive Officer, Cyber Media, to please come forward and felicitate you with a token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.